Hello everyone, welcome to Good Morning Tarot. Now this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs, so just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now let's try to see what is the main energy as we begin this day. Okay, we have here the Six of Pentacles. An invitation for us to be generous. So generosity can be expressed in many ways. Okay, it can be generosity of your time, generosity of your talent, your effort, your service. It can be also in material things. So the main energy is that of generosity. And the beautiful thing about it is when you look closely at the card, there is that faint white aura that forms the infinity sign. It's an infinite giving and taking, an infinite interaction of between us and the rest of the cosmos. When we share, we also receive something in return. When we give something positive, we receive something positive. And oftentimes also when we give something negative, oftentimes also the repercussions also can be negative. So it's very important for us to be discerning on how we deal with everything around us, with all the people also around us. If we deal with them with love, with charity, with patience, with service, then this returns to us. And there is that saying also that they don't just return to us equally, but they return to us 100-fold. So if it is something positive that we give to the world, then we receive 100-fold of positive things. If we set out a negative energy, then what comes to us is a little higher degree also of negative energies. So at this time, the invitation of the card is for us to be generous, whether it be of our talent, our time, our service, or in material things. Now, let's try to see how this will further unfold. It will lead to celebration of everybody concerned. You see here the Four of Wands. There is a celebration. There is music and dancing and being close to nature, something like that also. But it's a time of celebration and also a time of being on fire. Stability also. When you look at the number 4, there are 4 wands here. It stabilizes the tent. So in a certain sense, when we share love, it brings stability also to our relationships. So in a certain sense, the result is really positive. Now, what is the advice of the universe for us? Well, there will be some things that might be give us some anxieties, or maybe also make us not see the whole picture. Now we have here the Two of Swords, and we will have to make certain decisions. Okay, so with the Two of Swords, the person is blindfolded, but they have to weigh things. She has to weigh things. She has to balance the two swords that she is holding. But here, it's quite unique the way they presented the card of the Two of Swords. Here, we see 2 crows, and there seems to be a lot of strings that is going around the lady who is blindfolded. And she's, for a short moment, she is a little bit confused. So it can be also that today, there will be certain things, little things like these little strings that will confuse you. And you cannot see the big picture. So you have to trust more your spirit guides, who can be symbolized by these 2 crows who are trying to remove the strings that are entangling this lady. And hopefully, when they are able to remove the strings that entangles this lady, the lady will be able to remove the blindfold and she will be able to see the bigger picture. So in a certain sense, we need also our spirit guides to help us make it through today. If there are some little confusions, some things that are not very clear for us, and we need to make a certain decision, immediately take a pause and ask the assistance of your spirit guides. Ask the assistance also of the spirit, especially if you really are confused. They will help you remove all those tangled things so that you will be able to remove that blindfold and you'll be able to see the bigger picture. Things will become clearer. So, aside from being charitable, it seems that today one of the things you will encounter are things that will be a little bit confusing. But our spirit guides are there to help us. Our spirit guides are there to help us get a clearer picture of whatever situation we will encounter today. Now, the beautiful thing about it is there's no cause for anxiety. There is a cause for celebration with the Four of Wands. Everything seems to be stable with those four things that it's like in your present life situation, things will be stable. There will just be little challenges along the way, but it can easily be clarified. All we need to do is to be receptive to the guidance of our spirit guides so that they can easily remove whatever encumbrances we might encounter throughout the day. Now, let's go to Good Morning Oracle. I would like to apologize for the occasional barkings of the dogs from our neighbors. Now, actually, I have moved from one place to another, and every place I go to, there are always barking dogs. I don't know if these are signs for somebody out there whose spirit animal is a dog. Okay, so it seems that the dogs are quite active. Whenever I've been reading lately, they seem to be very, very active. And each time I read, usually if I'm not reading, they're quiet. But then that's the moment I start reading, then many of them start barking. And so maybe, just consider it as white noise, the sound of nature. So maybe for those of you whose spirit animal is the dog, there must be a message. There might be a message here for you. Now, celestial teacher. So I feel just be open today, because it can be also that this sign of the Six of Pentacles is that the universe will be giving you something new. Maybe a new lesson, a new insight. But it will have a positive effect. We have here the Four of Wands. Now, it can be also that the little challenges that you will encounter is part of the training process that the universe is teaching you right now, because celestial teacher, so it can be teachers in the spirit realm. Now, it can be also a highly enlightened person coming your way who might bring some answers to some questions that are represented by those little strings that are confusing you at this time. Now, transformation. So, it can be that right now, these little strings are part of the transformation process. And the giving of these pentacles in the Six of Pentacles is also can be a symbolism of the transformation process. And the 8 ring there, or the 8-shaped white aura there, can symbolize the presence of the divine. And when the divine is there, the transformation process also oftentimes, whenever we have the transformation process, definitely the presence of the divine is also there. So it should really be a cause of celebration for us. Okay, because yes, we are undergoing growth, we are undergoing transformation. So just be open. All these challenges with all the sounds around us and all these little things that somehow preoccupy our mind, they're like, what comes to me right now is windmills of my mind, or the windmills of your mind, or whatever it is. It can be, the windmills of our mind, the little things, the little strings that confuse us a little. These are part of the growing process that we are undergoing. So that's it for today. I hope you were able to benefit from our reading. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.